you remember the intro?
Mm-hmm. Hello and welcome to the Two Girls with No Lives. One more time. Hello and welcome to the Two Girls with No Lives podcast.
I hated that. I'm sorry. I made a weird face. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to stare. Okay?
Just stare.
We're two girls with no lives, have a conversation, and you're just here for it.
Hi and welcome to the Two Girls with No Lives podcast.
We're two girls with no lives, have a conversation, and you're just here for it.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Aubrey.
And it's Iron Flame, baby.
Yeah, we're talking about Iron Flame today in preparation for Onyx Storm.
Man, Onyx Storm is like days away.
I know. I'm getting pumped.
I'm pumped.
Oh, shoot, I was holding it far away. It's fine.
We are, we'll just quickly say, we're still figuring out our setup. We've been, like, what? How long has it been since we've been, trying?
It is now 11:13, and we got started at about 6.
Yeah.
So we cannot figure out how to get our mics to record into one computer.
It's fun. Love technology.
Should be a really easy thing, but apparently it's not.
Apparently it's not. How long were we on the phone with, like, the Apple tech?
I don't know.
Like an
at
hour?
least an hour.
Yeah. Crazy.
I know. And we're supposed to call back tomorrow. Katie has to update her computer. It's all just stupid.
It's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we're here. We're going to talk Fourth Wing / Iron Flame / Onyx Storm. The Empyrean.
Yes.
We're going to talk.
Last time, we talked Fourth Wing.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, after the podcast, we were like, wait, were we, like, really tired? We watched it back. It was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, it was.
But I think, honestly, what the problem was is we had so many things that tied in to Iron Flame that we were kind of holding back a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, tonight we're really excited. I'm way more organized. I've got little sticky note things in my thing and index cards.
Way better than my notes. But you know what? It'll be fine because we can feed off each other. It's going to be great. And like you said, yeah, it's going to be so much easier to talk because it's Iron Flame.
Yes. But also, I was going to say on your notes, they're in order. So
They
I
are
think that's
in order.
great.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I had to do this was because mine was like ADHD, Aubrey, like, oh my gosh, remember in chapter 1? And I'm like in chapter 50.
Yeah. Yeah, no, mine was like as I was reading it, so that made it a little easier, maybe. But they're also like, and blah 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 said this. And so we'll see. But no, it'll be fine. We're just excited, and there's so much. Oh my gosh. Like, I just finished my second reread of Iron Flame today. So it's fresh on my mind.
Yeah.
And man, especially there at the end. Oh my gosh, there's so much. So, yeah.
I finished like a week ago. But I have been listening to this put together Iron Flame Spotify playlist. And it's every song that... So, like, Rebecca hasn't made her playlist yet, but it's every song that Rebecca is... she's basically, like, made a post about Onyx Storm with these songs. So, anyway, I've been listening to it, and I have some thoughts on that, too, that I'll go into later. Yeah. But let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
You want to start, or you want me to start?
Well, yeah. Let me see what I'm doing. I can unplug my phone now. I don't need it. I don't need it. Oh my god. Well, I know that this first note is when I was still reading. I was still finishing Fourth Wing, but it's just Daddy Ryerson. Okay, so like the first note that I have written is Nolan. Why did I write it like that? Nolan was a friend of Nolan's. I meant to say Nolan was a friend of Brennan's.
Yes.
Tairn's first writer. There's something significant about that. I think there's more... I think maybe he deep down... I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there was like a Sgaeyl connection kind of thing.
A Sgaeyl connection?
Well, just because of Brennan. Even though Brennan wasn't connected to his... Tairn and Brennan weren't connected.
Uh-huh.
But Brennan and Nolan were. I don't know.
They were friends. Well, I
friends.
have some thoughts actually about Tairn's last rider. I could go ahead and flip to those actually.
Yeah.
Let me try to find that. So let's see. Honestly, it may be easier to start in mine since I literally can't see them. And then we could go back to yours.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, because honestly, I'm sure it'll mix in because we think very alike.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to remember what I did last night at 12:30. I think the orange ones are Iron Flame things. I think the pink ones are theories for Onyx Storm, and I think the green ones connect the certain points or whatever. But here's my first tablet.
Quickly, by the way. As, you know, this is probably obvious, spoilers are all through this. This is up to, you know, season, or the series, all full series spoilers.
Yes.
So, you're warned.
Yes, seriously.
Warning 1, warning 2, warning 3. Bye-bye.
Yes.
No, come back if you, don't watch this yet. Or the Fourth Wing one.
Yeah.
You should read both books
before you watch either one of these.
Yes.
We'll be referring back and forth. You know what? Quickly, before we start, I need a little wine.
You know, it's wine time, baby.
I've been waiting for this wine for
we, like, again, it's just been kind of like hours of figuring stuff out. So this is actually our time to unwind.
Yes, this really is why we do this, because we're just two girls having a conversation. That's a big old glass.
That is a big old glass.
I need it. The girl who we talked to was seriously so nice.
She was seriously one of the nicest people I've ever, like, talked to in customer service.
Yeah, customer service representative. I don't know if you ever got that survey, but we need to fill it out.
I did. I got a text about it, and I'm like, yeah, I need to fill it out. She was awesome.
Ooh, that wine made my jaw clench up for a second.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Is there any way we can move the cookie plate off for a second?
There sure is.
I just don't want to spill this.
I know. This is not the other tray I had last week was bigger than this.
Yeah. We'll switch back to it. All right, let's get into it. This is my first point. Let's see. Okay, yes. Woo! So I wanted to talk about this. So the note on here is, can turning venin, this is kind of funny, turning venin somehow make you more attractive? Like, right at first. Now, I have this theory, and don't worry, this isn't about Xaden, even though I don't think he needs any help.
No, I don't think so either.
So, second wing is suspicious. It is talked about that they are suspicious.
You talked about this last week.
I kind of had this thought when I was reading. There was just a few things that I was like, that's weird. I think Jack is in second wing, right?
I think so.
I can't remember exactly.
I don't know exactly, but probably.
He's either in second wing or second squad. I cannot remember. But is second wing some sort of like, is that like the secret venin society thing going on? And then the part that I have marked is when Violet and Rhiannon are talking, and Violet is like, oh, well, me and Xaden aren't together anymore, and basically Rhiannon says something like, somehow the second wing, yeah, here it is, because if you're single, I have to say that a couple of the guys in second wing somehow got hotter after War Games. War Games is only like a 5-day stretch.
Interesting. You know, I would have honestly never even thought to analyze that.
It was my second read. I went, hold up. People don't just get hotter unless they turn into vampires. So
it's the only explanation.
Right. They're either vampires or venin.
Vampires or venin.
Before the veiny thing happens.
Oh, sure. Right. And that also, remember the guy I talked about that, like, tried to assassinate Violet?
Yes.
I wonder if he was in second wing.
I don't know. I don't think they ever really go into it, but he already had. I think he was venin. Right?
He was. I think he was because Violet says he had red rimmed eyes.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I don't know if he was particularly attractive.
I don't know. They don't say, but I don't think Jack is like supposed to be unattractive.
I don't think he's supposed to be unattraced either.
I'm just going off of fan art, but they make him look okay.
Yeah. AI is good at that. No, I'm just kidding.
He's no Xaden Ryerson, but...
No. But, okay. No, I just, yeah. Between the attraction thing and is that the secret club for venin and Sgaeyl?
It just feels...
Is kind of the question.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. Yeah.
It just feels weird that she was, like, specific to second wing instead of just being like, well, some of the guys have somehow gotten hotter. But she specifically referred to second wing.
That is very interesting.
Right. And kind of going off of that, I may have notes on this later, but... I just kind of have this crazy theory that, at the very end, Xaden is like, you'd be safer here, you'd be, like, less scared here, whatever. I think he's going to try to convince Violet to stay, and he's going to go, and I don't know, I'll go into more detail on this later, but if she stays, I don't think they have completely gotten rid of the venin in Sgaeyl.
No, I don't think so either.
I think he's putting her in more danger. Also, I think I'll go into this more later too because I have a lot of notes on this. I think Kat's gonna try to slide in.
Oh, I already know she is.
I don't think we're done with her.
Even though I do have a new respect for her. Second read through. Okay, this is like your Dain thing, my cat thing. She's awful. But they're at the end, like, they have the same goals. Like, they want to protect their people. And she does do some good in the end. That doesn't mean that she wouldn't still. She might, yeah. She'll probably try to slide her way in there. And I'm gonna say too. I know I said this last week, but Dain, I'm sorry. I think Dain's gonna try to slip back in there as well. Also, I think Xaden is gonna encourage it.
I think so too. That actually brings me to another point that I had. I think Xaden will encourage Dain and Violet because he loves her so much and he doesn't want to hurt her. And I think Xaden will, quote unquote, get with Kat and make her his quote unquote queen. And I can talk about this later. No. It has something to do with the playlist. But I just...
Me and Rebecca will fight. I will fight that woman if she does that.
He doesn't love her. He's doing it to protect Violet.
I'm hip, but
I'm hip.
I still don't even want to think about that possibility. Oh no! Oh God! Why would you even think that?
Because I just think it was weird. The whole thing was weird. I think Kat. I think something is still gonna happen with like the Paromish dude, the main dude, and he's gonna be like, you need to uphold this, and they're gonna be like, it's the only way to like bring our people together or whatever. I don't know.
Okay, but you know what? Actually, now that you say that, I did have a thought about Takaris, which I guess is he's the Viscount of Cat's Land.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Paromish dude.
Dude. I clipped it, actually, and I don't even know how to see my clips. Do you know how to do that?
What do you?
I clipped it.
Oh, yeah. Which book is it in?
Right here.
Okay, so click, this, I think. Hello?
Oh, it's down here.
Oh, okay. Now click the dots. Okay. Clips and bookmarks. There you go.
Okay. Okay. So basically, you're good. Takaris, and the only reason I can remember how to say that is because of the Dracaris from Game of Thrones / House of the Dragon, you wouldn't get it.
I've never seen that.
You need to. At least House of the Dragon. Game of Thrones. But anyway, they're trying to get the, oh my gosh, I'm system overload, because I read, like, this whole, like, 7 hours worth listened to it while I was cleaning.
Oh, I know.
They're going to get, I want to call it the light root. What's the
what?
It's not.
The luminary.
The luminary.
Yeah.
Light root. I don't know where I'm getting that from. Try to get the luminary. And, he's like saying, he offers Violet and Xaden, like, I guess to go live on some, like, island or whatever, and they can be safe, they can be protected, they can be together. I think that's going to come back into play. I think she's going to go to him, because, like, okay, why did he have just, like, a venin chilling there?
I've had that same thought.
Let me see if I can play this.
Oh, you have to click go to bookmark and then it'll play. I know, it took me a while.
For a second, it's tempting. Spending a few years as his personal guard dog, in return for living out the rest of my days with Xaden, our dragons, and my loved ones on an isle committed to peace, sounds perfect. It's also the coward's way out, and completely unfeasible.
She feels that way.
Barbarians even as visitors. Running away from the continent isn't going to help other people. I get the impression Takaris isn't used to being told no.
Anyway, he doesn't actually, well, okay, even though she explains what it was, she doesn't, like, specifically say, like, what the deal is. I don't know. I feel like she's gonna come to him and say, how do I need to save Xaden. And I think he's gonna be like, okay, I'll help you. I actually know how. I've been keeping all these venin here. I know some things about these venin.
Yeah.
What I want in return is you. I don't know what he's going to do with her. But anyway, it just made me think, I don't know, it's speculation.
Maybe, though, but I've had the thought, but then that kind of goes back to what happens with Sgaeyl, like, with Xaden being a
Okay. Well, when they saw, what's the name of, I wrote it down, Bane is Jack's dragon.
Uh-huh.
When they found Bane, they said his eyes were opaque instead of golden.
So he's literally draining the magic or whatever, the power, not only from the ground, but from the dragon.
From the dragon.
I have a whole theory about this, actually. I'm going to try to get through some of these more Iron Flame notes, and then we'll get back to that. Okay, so I just highlighted this. You know, it was, I think his name is Varish. You know, he comes and he's like, Xaden is like, she's on leave. And Xaden tells Violet, he'll use this opportunity to kill you for the embarrassment Tairn put him and Solas through. And I think Violet goes on to say, you can't possibly know that. And Xaden says his intentions are pretty clear.
Oh my gosh, I know. I did pick up on that.
And I don't know if you caught this later on, but Xaden is explaining the intention reading, and he says, some people have very visual minds, and I can actually see perfectly what their intentions are.
Right.
So if he does have a mind like that, he literally saw him killing Violet. I can't imagine how Xaden was, like, feeling in that moment or whatever.
I don't know how he was able to leave.
Right. Well, I think he tells him, I can't remember if it's this part or another part, but he tells him, me and you are going to have words.
Yes, he does.
I think it is right there.
There's a few moments, though, where Xaden does kind of more than hint at his abilities as an intrinsic.
Definitely. I was actually surprised that on the Xaden point of views, there's not more hints to it.
I think that they couldn't, or I don't think she could have said anything yet.
Yeah.
We don't find out until...
Yeah. I don't know when she released those.
I don't know.
I know she just released chapter 27 or something.
But if you had Fourth Wing,
mm-hmm.
you couldn't read that without having read Iron Flame. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's...
No, yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure... Are there any bonus chapters for Iron Flame?
No.
I was wondering that. Golly, this book keeps going.
I bet she'll come out with some. So, honestly, I said this in the last podcast. I think that she is working on a Xaden Fourth Wing full point of view.
You did say that.
And if you want to see the reasoning why, you can go back to that video because I don't feel like explaining it again.
Yeah, but you do.
Mm-hmm.
You put the facts down.
The facts. Yeah, and I definitely think she is working on that. So I wonder if that's why there's no bonus chapters for Iron Flame.
That could be why.
Yeah, I don't know though. But so my next point is about Kat. It says, I don't trust Kat still. What is the timeline between Kat and Xaden? And Xaden tells her at one point, we were over before I met you.
Yeah. And
then I just wanted to read this part. And this is Violet. She says, my chest tightens. The way she looks at Xaden isn't just doe-eyed. There's an unmistakable longing there, a hunger that has me blinking. It's like she's been trudging through a desert, and he's the oasis. She looks like how I feel. And I just wanted to, bring that up because... honestly, Kat can say all day long that she was only in it for a crown. But no one looks at someone like that, like they are the oasis and they're going through a desert, if they're only in it for a crown.
Oh, for sure. Well, just how vicious she is with Violet shows that it was definitely more than just that.
Definitely. This is a interesting one. I'll save that one. That's about Violet's second signet.
Oh man, I have more thoughts on that too. We'll get there.
Yeah. Let's see what this one is. This page by itself has a lot going on. So this is kind of about the venin stuff. This is, I think I quoted this last time, but this is, we have tried every method we know of as you requested. There is no cure. There is only control. Missive from Lieutenant Colonel Nolan Colbersey. I don't know. Anyway, to General Lilith Sorengale. Obviously, I think I've talked about this a little bit last time, but I think that... let me read this note. I'm wondering which venin did they experiment on? When was this? Was this before? Or was this Jack?
I believe it was Jack, personally.
Why was Lilith requesting that they save or experiment on Jack? What would that do to help her kids? Because we know that she is very... Because I think there's another one later on that says, most generals fall for this, and I would fall for our kids.
Right. Right.
That was interesting.
It is interesting. Just the fact that she's even in on it in general. I mean... Why?
I know. And I did touch on this last time too, but again, so many things tie into each other. I wonder what the sickness was.
When she was pregnant with Violet.
And it says the only thing is control. I think she's a very controlled person. She totally could be a venin who controls it well, and that could be why Violet has silver hair, because she's part venin.
Because... Lilith was part venin?
Lilith was turned venin when she got pregnant. That's what I'm
so you're thinking Violet is part venin?
Possibly, but also there's different parts where she describes hair color, and there's some that are really gray or whatever, but then there's some that are really specifically silver, and I think there was a silver haired venin at some point in time or something.
Yeah, maybe their dad was venin.
Maybe.
Know.
That... Do you think he was turned venin?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm kind of wondering.
I have a theory about their dad too. Just one quick thing though. This why didn't they kill Jack?
I don't know. They had a lot of opportunities to kill Jack, but honestly, I think truthfully they just wanted to question him. They wanted to find out how.
I get it, but
how? Why?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but
yeah.
yes, I mean, if anyone should go bye-bye, it's Jack Barlow.
Definitely. I don't know. I don't like Jack. I don't trust him still. All right. That's all my technical Iron Flame notes. Do you want to go through yours and touch on things that are more Iron Flame, not theory based?
Well, yeah. Okay, I already said that. I was actually in my fourth wing thing. So I guess there was a conversation. I wish I would have clipped this somewhere, but I guess there's a part where they talk about Violet's dad knew about Feathertails. Like, he knew some information. Tairn didn't know anything about it. But Andarna doesn't respond. She kind of just plays it off. And I think that comes back into play later with, just what Andarna really is.
Yeah.
But interesting. And really, I think there's a lot we're going to learn about their father. Oh my gosh. Also, I sent you a TikTok earlier.
Okay.
About, it was someone reading Iron Flame and they were like, I read Throne of Glass, and the fact that they have not said his name.
Whose name?
Violet's dad.
Oh, I know.
She's like, what in the world? So anyway, I don't know. I mean, different series, different author, but why? Why don't we know his name?
I know. Rebecca has drawn inspiration from other books, though. I mean, I'm
for
not
sure.
saying
a lot of people do for sure, but
so she totally could have. Yeah.
Another thing, kind of going back to the intrinsic thing. Remember when Xaden, he wants to go with Violet to the archives to see Jacinia. He literally wants to go so he can read her intentions.
I know! I had that written down.
I mean, it's all over the book.
I know.
All these little moments where he's using his power.
Yeah.
Anyway, just another little tidbit. Also, the original interrogation scenario with, Riddick and Sawyer and Ree.
Yeah.
That was literally, they were trying to get Xaden to show up then.
You think so?
Yes. Absolutely. They were trying to find any way to get Xaden to break the rules so that they could put Dain on him. They wanted that sick Dain on him.
Yeah.
And so then when the real situation came up, they were like, all right, because they reveal it. They're like, well, we have you because we're waiting on Xaden.
Yeah. Whoopsie.
And boy, this book is going to stay up.
We can set it down now.
We know.
Yes.
Iron Flame.
You can still see it a little bit, I think.
You can see it a little bit.
Yeah. No, you're right, though. They wanted him to come so they could get Dain to freed him. He has really good shields, though.
He does. He does have really good shields. But it's just interesting. Varish, I didn't like Varish at all. That dude sucked.
He sucked.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just organizing these a little bit because I have some of the things written down. Same things that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'll just leave that separate. But I did find the ones about Violet's dad and not Xaden. Sorry, Xaden on the mind. And Andarna. So I'll just start. I think Violet's dad was killed for learning too much. Mm-hmm. I think this is why her mom sent her to the Rider's Quadrant. Is that what it's called? That's what it's called. Rider's Quadrant, right?
Yeah.
Scribe Quadrant is different.
Quadrant. Right? No, it is. It's the Rider's Quadrant.
I literally we can talk. Oh, God. That's funny.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, yeah, that's why her mom sent her to the Rider's Quadrant. Ugh. Say that 10 times fast.
I literally can't say it once.
Right. Because I think she says something like later on, and she's like, we knew, I think I have this marked, honestly. I could go find it. But you are even greater than we imagined you'd be. Mm-hmm. I kind of went down this rabbit hole of like thinking like, did Violet's dad somehow communicate with the dragons through Lilith's dragon? Okay, follow me.
And I'm following.
Learn more about the Feathertails and learn about like possibly Andarna, and learn, that she was waiting, because Andarna says something like she has waited like 600 years or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And once she heard that Violet was coming in, that's when she decided to like hatch or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, that's what this says. It says Violet's father researched Feathertails and now she is bonded to one. Varish mentions this. Did Violet's dad talk to the Empyrean through Lilith's dragon? Did they plan for Violet's arrival? She has the mind of a scribe and the heart of a rider. Mm-hmm. Violet needed this to figure out how to cure venin. And then on the back I have, it is mentioned that only the elder dragons know the coloring of a Feathertail. Mm-hmm. So they knew Andarna would be revealed as a 7th breed. Mm-hmm. And so they had to know that when they told her it was fine that she bonded Violet.
Right. That's why I'm thinking there was a lot of setup. Again, whether it was from Lilith or their dad, mm-hmm. I think, yeah, there's a lot to be revealed yet. Mm-hmm. But I mean, kind of going back to your original thought with that, yes, I do think he was killed for knowing too much. Mm-hmm. But I also think that he set a lot of things into motion that we still haven't even found out about, truthfully.
Yeah.
Also, kind of on that note of talking to dragons, mm-hmm. Violet literally goes up to Coda mm-hmm. and speaks to him.
I know. She's cool.
And it's like, first of all, that's awesome.
Right.
But like, he listened to her. And it's like, didn't these, I mean, like, can't you technically not understand?
Dragons can understand anybody, but you're not supposed to talk.
You're just not supposed to talk to them. Okay.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, there's a couple times where she talked to other people's dragons.
I know.
There's like a respect for her, and maybe it has to do with Andarna. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Or her dad, or something to do with her silver hair. I mean, it's such a prominent thing that is mentioned. There's no way there's not more meaning behind it, and the sickness, whatever, that caused her silver hair.
Yeah.
And then this goes into that a little bit. It says, people think Andarna will somehow be the cure. I personally think... Well, what?
Well, no, continue, because I was going to say, I've had that thought, that she could be the cure.
She could be the cure for venin. I personally think it will have more to do with fixing and creating wards, though. She is the 7th breed. She said, because I think there's a part where like Jasenia says, the only thing that I see different are, this says 7, not 6. And Violet's like, no, that's not right. There's only 6 breeds or something. I'm getting that totally wrong.
No. I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. But it says, she said she waited, I've said this like 4 times. It's just something that really stuck with me. But it says, she said she waited 600 years, and when she heard Violet was of age, she hatched. I think Violet is the cure. Venin are scared of lightning. The only thing that kills them are alloyed hilted daggers, however you say that, or Violet's lightning. They say the only thing that kills them are those daggers, but Violet's lightning will kill them.
You're right.
And will she have to basically kill, quote unquote, the venin out of Xaden, or does she? Does she somehow learn this from his father, like his notes? Because it's also mentioned, like, when they're talking about the feather tails, they're like, do you happen to know where his notes are? And she's like, no, but then she says, like, of course I know where they are, you know?
Right.
And so does she somehow go back to, because, like, if Xaden is going to make her stay in Sgaeyl, she's going to do her research in Sgaeyl, she's going to search her mom's office before they burn her belongings.
Right.
She's going to save anything of knowledge that is important. Then she's going to find her dad's notes and she's going to read through them. What if she learns how to kill the venin? What if they did that to Lilith and maybe they can't replicate it?
Maybe
somehow Violet saved her mom somehow in the womb.
Maybe.
I don't know how that would be possible.
Well, I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit, but it's obvious that her parents at least wanted her to know of the venin. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, just from the Book of Fables that he left her, it's all right there. And of course, her whole life, she's like, oh, they're just stories, whatever. Obviously, this is going back into Fourth Wing. But, it's... To me, it just confirms that they definitely knew. They definitely knew whatever that may mean, whether it's a cure or how this all started. I don't know. Or if they knew deep down, maybe they made some kind of a deal
with the venin,
or to be able to set Violet up to be a cure.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I don't know.
All the dragons know what's up, though.
Yeah, the dragons do.
It's just the Navarians that really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do not know. This is something else, but it's kind of, all of it's the same topic. But so this says there's like a thing that Rebecca posted to her Instagram. It's Violet, her saying, hold on, we're having technical difficulties. What is happening?
I don't know.
Did it just now stop?
It just stopped, it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, weird. I have no idea what just happened there, but what the heck?
Did you run out of space?
I shouldn't have. It's like losing connection.
Is it plugged into your mic all the way?
Yeah. Yeah, we're in.
Oh my gosh. After so many hours, I hope this...
Let's just try that again. Give it a minute. I don't know.
Try closing out of all of your other apps.
Yes, I do want to use that mic. Hold on. Let me just... Okay. Alright, that's going longer than it was. I don't really know.
That is really
What
strange.
the deal was there.
Should we clap again to get this? What the heck?
Wheel?
Interesting.
I don't know what's going on there. Well, I tell you what. Let's just share.
Yeah, we'll finish on my mic.
Yeah.
You want to hold this?
Here, I'll hold the mic.
All right.
Again, it can't be. It's if it ain't one thing, it's another. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
That is for sure. Well, maybe we'll kind of speed round this, which is a bummer because we are so excited about this book.
Yes.
People don't trust Brennan. I think Brennan has shown more than a few times that he'd protect his sisters. He was wrong for not telling them that he, was alive. But
right.
People are saying, well, it's because of the orange dragon theory. So this is kind of funny because I was trying to prove, like, that it's more of, like, the tail thing. And so I was, like, looking up everybody with an orange dragon and looking up the tails. And I didn't prove anything, but it still ended up being interesting. So Brennan has an orange dagger tail. Amber has an orange dagger tail. Varish has an orange dagger tail, and Jack has an orange scorpion tail. So I don't know if that means maybe Brennan and Amber and Varish are like maybe evil with good intentions. I don't see how Varish falls into that, but
no.
Man, but Jack having a scorpion tail was interesting. I just don't know how it all plays. That was that note. I'm just trying to get through these because I should have done this more organized. I thought this was organized and now it's just like not.
It looks pretty.
Thanks. Yeah, it is a little pretty. I like the colors. Well, this is what I had started to say. Rebecca via IG has the quote, "I will not die," and then it's slashed out and it says, "I will save him." Mm-hmm. She has, and so it says, the venin says to Xaden, and then I was going to read this quote, "And you won't do it for something as trite as power or as easily satiable as greed," he promises in a whisper, "but for the most illogical of mortal emotions, love, or you'll die," he shrugs. "You both will." So that was actually in Violet's dream. That's what the sage says to her. But I have another one. I think it's right here.
I think I know where you're going with this.
So it says, "I told you once that you'd turn for love," he says, holding his arms out, "and so you shall." I think that's interesting for a few reasons. I'll just keep reading what's on this note card and then I'll kind of go into whatever. Obviously, okay, I said, does this mean that Violet will turn venin? Because he's telling her the same thing. Obviously, if Xaden had died right then, Violet would have died. But it is well known. Because, Sgaeyl would have died, then Tairn, then Violet. But it is well known that the sage wants Violet to be venin. Will Violet turn venin to save him somehow? And then I have these other notes. I think these tie in too. Says, because, that's something different. I was talking about, also, this is kind of like a second signet theory in one kind of thing. I'm wondering, okay, is Violet going to turn venin? That's the first theory, okay? But then this is a second signet theory. So I was thinking she could have a form of astral projection. Quinn has the ability to project her consciousness out of her physical body. I think one of the teachers has an ability to project anything he's seen.
Yes.
And then I said, was Violet somehow seeing Xaden's dream? Or was she being drawn to the venin somehow and accidentally astral projecting to the sage? Because right here it says, bold choice to move so far from what you perceived as the safety of the wards. So I'm like, did she go there somehow in her sleep? Anyway, it says, the sage says, holding me immobile, my feet just inches from the frozen ground of my own personal torture chamber. I'm trapped in this nightmare again, but at least I made it farther across the sunburned field this time. Of course, again, the dark wielder hisses, his face contorting into a sneer. You will never be free of me. I will hunt you to the ends of the continent and beyond. So, yeah, I mean, we don't have to read any more about it.
Okay, but I'll just say, I think it's a couple things. I think it could be A, she and Xaden's minds are just so connected. Mm-hmm. 2, she is a type of intrinsic.
That's true.
Or the sages and the venin just in general want Violet and Xaden. They know how powerful they are. Mm-hmm. They know how powerful the dragons are. And I think they're trying to manipulate both of them because they both will do whatever for the other.
I think so. And yeah, you're probably totally right. But, I mean, I don't know. It's just that first line that says, bold of you to move so far from what you perceive as the safety of the wards.
For sure. Mm-hmm. For sure.
So, I don't know. I mean, it could be.
I think there's a lot of potential with that.
Yeah. It also could just be, and I mentioned this in the Fourth Wing video, but it could be, her second signet could also be something to do with, like, her talking to Liam. Yeah. Because maybe her dad will come back into play somehow, and she'll, like, be able to talk to him or something. Mm-hmm. There is another signet thing that I have. Where is it? Let's see. Not this. I think it's closer to the front, honestly. Yes, this. Okay. So I saw this on Reddit. All right. So, Violet second signet theory. I should honestly just read this. It says, it's nothing personal, the soldier says, crawling forward onto the 3-foot deep wall. I gasp for breath and cough at the first full inhale. There has to be a foothold below. There just does. This isn't how I die. My feet search, and I can feel the ridges, but there's nothing substantial enough to support my weight. It's just money, he whispers from his knees and reaches for my hands. Oh, gods, he's going to... No. Power floods my veins. I said that no, so it... No. Anyway. Oh, so this is the important part. Power floods my veins, but there's nothing to do with a strike this close. And then he says again, just money, he repeats, lifting my hands from the stone. Xaden, Sgaeyl, Tairn, this will kill us all. The soldier lets go. Okay, so let's talk about that. This isn't a natural repetition of words, and Violet is clearly channeling in this moment. Her second signet could be rewinding time, because he says the same thing. And in the middle of the sentence, he says it's just money, and then right after she channels powers, but it says, but it's nothing to do with a strike this close. And then he says, just money, only half the sentence, the second time.
Interesting.
Right?
Well, okay. Okay.
Because I know, like, Andarna had, like, some time stuff going on.
Yeah.
But I know that's gone away. Like, she can't freeze time anymore.
But there could be, like, something to do with time.
Definitely.
Interesting. That's really interesting. Mm-hmm. Truthfully, I think between how is Xaden gonna get out of this venin deal and what is Violet's second signet, I think those are two of the biggest questions that we all are having when it comes to Onyx Storm.
I have another note somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I basically, it says, like, Violet has, like, one goal, and Xaden. Well, I mean, basically, I guess Rebecca Yarros has said like Violet has one goal and one goal only in Onyx Storm, and there's a theory that goes around that is basically Violet is going to go on a hunt for a cure for venin, and Xaden is going to go on a hunt for a cure or for like how to break a dragon bond, because I have notes on this too. Let me get rid of these. You go ahead and talk.
First of all, all I'm gonna say is, if you start talking about Sgaeyl dying, we are going to fight. I can't have that happen. I love Sgaeyl. We need more of her. I am concerned though, just about when they saw Bane, and Jack Barlow. That was a little concerning because I don't think I guess I just didn't pick up on it the first read, but him having opaque eyes instead of his golden ones or her golden ones, whatever. I did not pick up on that, and I was like, what's that supposed to mean? So yeah, you're right though, but maybe he is channeling from Bane.
Yeah, I think so. I actually have those notes right here. Okay. Yes, here we go. So, obviously, where is it? So basically, when the venin and Xaden, right there at the end, they're fighting, and he's like, "You're gonna turn, whatever." It says, "Come on, Shadow Wielder, turn. It's the only way to save her." And I know, and Xaden realizes, he says she's going to sacrifice herself. She's going to sacrifice herself. She intends to die. My heart vaults into my throat and I taste it again, the same as it was when I sat by her bedside after Ressin. Fear. You know what will happen when you fail. The general taunts, flicking at the weak bands of shadows that curl around his throat. I'll step over your dead body and find her, then I'll wrap my hands around her delicate little neck. Okay, actually, shoot! Did I just rip the freaking thing off? Hold on. No. Okay, so that said, he wrapped his hand around, or I'm going to wrap my hands around her delicate little neck. This is a dream that Violet had. It says, the rest turn for power, he whispers, coming so close I can smell a hint of something sweet on his breath. But you will turn for something much more dangerous, much more volatile. He wraps his hand around my throat. Loosely, I manage to shake my head in denial. I don't know. Oh, and also this is interesting. It says, you will. His dark eyelashless eyes narrow, and the jagged fingernails slice into my skin with an all too real bite of pain. That's another reason I'm like, okay, was she there, technically? Kind of.
Man, I don't know, right.
Was her astro self there, or I don't know what's that called, but yeah, was she there? Because it says all too real bite of pain. And then it says, you'll tear down the wards yourself when the time comes. Oh. And she hasn't done that yet. Oh. So I just wanted to say that. But okay, so sorry. Back to this. So obviously, when he is about to turn, he says, he's too strong and I have nothing left, but I'll be damned if Violet suffers the consequences. He won't get his hands on her, not today, not ever. The slush beneath my palm melts and I feel there's something beneath me, a steady flow of unmistakable power. And then Sgaeyl says, you cannot. Sgaeyl shrieks, I chose you. But Violet chose me too. I reach. My heart stammers and I gasp for air, jolting upright in bed. That was a dream, first of all. Second of all, I'm assuming that that's how it played out. But how do we know that he wasn't just like having a dream that's kind of related, like Violet at the end, you know? Like, I know he is venin. Right. But anyway, I'm assuming that that's how it actually played out.
Okay, but like, how did he actually, like, did the sage, how did he turn him?
The sage did not turn him.
Did he turn himself?
Yeah, to prevent the sage from killing him, because that's what it says in the fables, is like people got jealous that like dragons didn't bond them or whatever, and then they just drew power from the ground. But so also later it says I don't bother reaching for Sgaeyl. She's been eerily silent since the battle ended. I have this theory. I think, let me just find my post-it note on this. I think it's down here. No, not that one. Sorry. No, not that one. Shoot.
Why'd you throw them all down there?
I thought I had it all organized, and then it just wasn't.
Well, you're still more organized than I am.
Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna tell you from memory. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Now what was I talking about? Oh, I have this whole theory. Okay. Ooh, that feels good. Gotta fan myself. Ooh, it's hot in here. All right, I have this whole theory. Basically, here's where it is. I remember now. Okay. I'd like to know more about Tairn's last rider, because it is very interesting that obviously Sgaeyl is going to be upset, but I feel like she knows more than she is telling anyone. I think she says, no, you can't, because she knows what is going to happen. So I say, did he accidentally turn venin? The last rider. It says it almost killed Tairn, so Sgaeyl knows what to expect. Neolin, which was his last rider, had to have learned how to break the bond, since Tairn is alive and now bonded to Violet. But I just, I don't know. I'm thinking, it says something, I think I have this right here. It says, he attempted to use that power to revive a fallen rider, which didn't work because there's no signet capable of resurrection, and depleted himself in the process. Hold on. I feel like... Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I read the wrong part. It says Neolin's signet was siphoning. So, a siphon pulls power out of things. Okay? Professor Kaori's shoulders fall. He could absorb power from various sources, other dragons, other riders, and then use it or redistribute it. He likely knew about the venin at this point. Okay? He is a siphon. So I bet in just a moment of desperation, when he's trying to save Brennan, he pulled power from the earth, successfully saved Brennan, obviously, we know. It says they woke up next to each other, and I know that Brennan's dragon took him off. And, Tairn won't talk about it. He won't talk about it. And so we don't know what he did with his rider. I don't know if he's actually died. I bet he wouldn't talk about it with Violet, because he knows too much about the venin or whatever. But I don't know. I really think that he accidentally turned venin trying to save Brennan.
I agree with that. I've seen people talk about that.
Oh, really?
And I agree with that. Or not like talk, but like I've seen little like what if things. And yeah, I think that is what happened.
Man, I thought I'd come up with that.
Well, no, you that was way more in depth than I've ever heard.
Well, cool.
And maybe I've just heard you say it, but no. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know either, but I'm just making sure that I got through all of these cards.
You're good.
I think I did. Oh, well, no, not these. These are the three I still need to talk about. Let me check the book. You got any more?
I only have one little side note.
Okay.
And it's just that Andarna, I just love how, like, Team Violet she is.
I know.
Like, she hates Cat. And she, like, when Violet and Kat go to the mat, she's like, all right, go for the eyes. Just gouge your eyes out. And it's just like, yes, I know. And she's like, the whole time, she's like, I could eat her. Mm-hmm. I can, her Griffin, snack.
Do you think if all of that really does happen with Xaden and Kat and then Violet and Dain, do you think that Aunt Darna will get to eat an ally?
I think she should. Absolutely.
She should. Definitely. I don't know. I'm just checking these to make sure that I've gotten everything.
Good.
Yeah, I got this. All right, let me see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got all of this, so I'll just move on to these things. All right. Okay, so Rebecca accidentally confirmed that there is, quote, no series without Xaden, end quotes.
She did say that, yes.
Which is a relief, however. She explained the series as a W. So, be prepared for shit to hit the fan, to be completely honest.
Yeah. I think I saw something today, actually, that was like, yeah, I guess, like, she stayed awake. She was, like, 48 hours straight. She was working on the ending of Onyx Storm, and she said, you will be crying. Whatever that means.
I think that we're going to think that it gets better.
I know.
And it might, but then it's going to be like, I don't know. I don't even know what to expect.
Well, the thing is, first of all, if there are potentially 5 books in the series, so far she has not ended a book on, like there hasn't been, like, a solid ending. Yeah. There have been pretty major cliffhangers. Yeah. So I don't see it resolving. I
don't either. Honestly, so obviously going back to the W thing, so we started at a high point, we came to a low point, which is Iron Flame. We're going back up to high point, but it's like high intensity, right. I think. But then we are back down to a low point on the 4th book. And so I think the ending of Onyx Storm is going to be very much low point, because she's very good at just picking up right where she left off.
Very good. Yes. Have you read any of the first 3 chapters of Onyx Storm?
I started it and I didn't finish it. I want the book in hand.
I know. I didn't either. I read, like, the first tiny little bit of, like, the prologue, and yeah, it's I just say that to say it does pick right up.
Technology actually hates us.
What the heck?
We no longer have a camera. I promise this is gonna get better. Here's the deal, people.
We're just 2 girls
with no lives,
and, like, we're just trying our best. We're just trying to have a good time. We're just trying to talk about, like, books and, like, fun things that we like and have fun.
How long was this? We weren't here that long.
No, I don't think so. I might have actually overheated. We gotta get the heat situation figured out.
We gotta get a fan.
We gotta get a fan. I mean, it's hot.
It's hot.
It is hot in here.
2 more points. How will Xaden's mom come up? Is she venin?
Oh, I don't know. Is everyone just venin?
I don't know. I think a lot of people are venin. I think that they're living amongst them.
There's a lot more venin than we even realize. Definitely.
Right. Well,
I don't know if she's venin, but maybe. I don't know.
There was mention of a venin that she said very obviously used to be pretty or something along the lines of that. And I thought, that's kind of strange. But also, like, I don't know, she just kind of, like, disappeared and, like, left her kid and never came back. Like, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of crazy.
Yeah. My last thing. Now, do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, this is the last thing. So going back to the Spotify playlist that I mentioned at the beginning, it's...
I love the title of this post-it.
oh, music is making me nervous. Is the title of this, because I'm pretty positive I was looking at the correct playlist when I made this, because I was listening to it at work, but sometimes Spotify will like throw in extra songs if it thinks, oh, this fits, this is the vibe, you know. I was getting a lot of heartbreak songs, and then when I was looking through it, so there is a theory that Violet is a demigod, and there is a song called "I Am Not a Woman, I'm a God," or I don't know if it's called that, but that's what it says.
Okay.
Another thing that makes me nervous, it says, you should see me in a crown. That's one of the songs. I said, hopefully Violet. But I'm worried that it's Cat. Because Xaden is pushing Violet away to protect her, and Cat is swooping in. Not necessarily swooping in and like taking over Xaden and he's like all about her again, but you know, we talked about this earlier. Maybe just like protecting Violet, knows that he has to have a queen. Maybe he's given like an ultimatum, like you have to have a queen or something. I don't know. But anyway, so there's like some lyrics in there, and it's like, you should see me in a crown. I'm gonna run this freaking town or something, whatever it says. I don't know. But then it's like like, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what it says, but yeah, I don't know, it just sounds very Cat coded, honestly. Then there's the Taylor Swift song. It's like, I did something bad, but why does it feel so good, you know? Obviously, I think that's Xaden. I think he's did something bad, but he feels really good about it, so good for him. I hope his eyes don't go bloodshot, though. You know,
me too.
Get him some eye drops, bless his heart. Okay, Decode is on there by Paramore. Obviously, it says, how did we get here? I used to know you so well. I think Violet, and obviously, there's some other heartbreak songs on here that I'm like, hold up. Why are we heartbroken? We got all past the communicational errors.
Well, but let's face it. Like, they basically, their last, like, pretty major conversation was, like, her finding out that he was a type of intrinsic. And yes, they did kind of make up, quote unquote, for the sake of they were about to fight and they didn't know if they were going to, like, die.
I don't think it's the sake of that, though, because he says, oh gosh, the whole part, I mean, we didn't even talk about that. Okay. The whole part, he's like, how long does it take for someone to fall out of love? I don't have any experience. And then he says less than a minute, because he can read her intentions. Right. So, like, what does that mean? But also, she says, my love is not fickle. Is that the word she uses? Yeah. So, I don't know. But, yeah, I think Xaden is going to push her away. And
he is. I'm calling it. He's going to push her away. He's going to want her to be with Dain. She already set it up. Her and Dain trying to figure out how to translate the journal. That was, she popped that right into our heads, and she said, what if?
What if? And Dain saying, you know, do you love him? And she says yes, and that's never going to change. Honey, it doesn't have to change. You don't have to stop loving somebody to be in a new relationship.
I don't know. I can't.
I mean, I hope not.
I hope not either. I mean, as long as, like, that ends on a good note. Like, you know, if they, I mean, I don't know.
Well, she has confirmed that Xaden and Violet will be together.
Yeah, I have no doubt that in the end they will be together.
In the end. That's also one of the songs on there.
Oh, great.
I know. So, okay. So another song is Therefore I Am by Billie Eilish, and I think it's Violet to Cat. And then I also put a little LOL right here. So it says, you think that you're the man, I think, therefore I am. I think that's very Violet to Cat, because she thinks that she's all that, and Violet just is. She's that girl.
She is that girl.
And Xaden wants her.
Yeah.
The whole back of the card is just one song.
Oh, I know what song you're talking about. Thank you, TikTok.
I know. So I wanted to bring this up, though, because everyone on TikTok is only using the chorus of this song. Basically, Rebecca said that this song is Xaden in Onyx Storm. Everyone is only using the chorus, but I just want to read this verse to you. I think I go into the chorus, too, but it says... This is how the song starts. And this is Half a Man. I don't know who it's by. I'm so sorry, the artist. This is a beautiful song. It says, I was wrong to say I loved her. I was wrong to think I'm right. When I told her it was over, well, my darling, I had lied. When I told her it was over. What? No. I know, right? And then I've been running from my demons, afraid to look behind. I've been running from myself, afraid of what I'd find. But how am I supposed to love you when I don't know who I am? And how can I give you all of me when I'm only half a man?
What the heck, Rebecca?
Bless his pea-picking heart. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. Why? Okay, I'm just going to go back and say, like, when I told her it was over.
And that's why, yeah, he's going to call it off and say, listen, I'm not going to be with you. I think he leaves.
I think he leaves. I thought he was leaving at the end of the book. I totally expected it.
I did too. I think he's going to leave. I think he's going to say, peace out. I'm going to find a cure, or I'm just going to go die in a hole somewhere.
No, because then Sgaeyl dies too. I really think that Sgaeyl is going to start dying because Xaden is... And what is that going to do to Tairn and then Violet?
I'm going to fight Rebecca.
I know!
If she kills any of my dragon babies, I want a dragon point of view.
Oh, me too. That would be so awesome. Like a third-person dragon point of view.
It would be awesome.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I maybe, I don't know. She can't go killing off my dragons.
I know. And Darna has to, like... I don't know if there's other of the seventh breed or whatever, but Andarna has to repopulate.
Right. She does.
Also, just a side note, I don't have any comments on this except for just what it is. Tairn was the last black dragon born, and that was 100 years ago.
I will say that was a note that I had. Mm-hmm. That I don't know who said it and where it was. I'm so sorry. Someone says 2 more black dragons have hatched.
Really?
What in the world?
And also, how are the dragons, are all of the dragons choosing when they hatch? Right.
I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
That's interesting.
I know that part's, like, fairly early in the book, though. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah, just read through your notes. Make sure we hit everything.
I think that's pretty much that. I already talked about that. Archives, mending souls, a hard work. Yeah, that gets. I wrote that note and then that gets figured out. Yeah, no, that's pretty much everything I had. I did have. She asks the venin on the field with Mira if that's their sage, and he says, which one? There are multiple sages. The one that Xaden was fighting, I mean, like, that wasn't the big guy.
I think it says that he's a general.
Yeah, he says he's a general.
That's interesting.
Because I think Violet just kind of comes up with that. She's like, oh, so, if that's, like, the student, then is the other one, is the more powerful one the sage?
Right. Well, and I was actually going to mention that. Okay, like, that's why I think there's, like, a lot more venin than we even realize. Because they have a whole freaking school for them.
Right.
Ugh, I just don't even understand that. I mean, we're getting into Harry Potter territory with... we have Harry Potter school, and then the other 2 schools that come in, Yeah. And the one with the dudes that are like, Yeah. What I mean? That's the venin. And then the one with, like, the fairies, honestly, I who do you think? Is that Sgaeyl? I don't think it's Sgaeyl.
No, it's
maybe.
The Griffin Riders.
Yeah, the Griffin Riders for sure. Yes, that is so funny. And then Hogwarts, obviously, is Basgaeth.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But no, I don't know. I think there's a lot we're going to find out from this next book. We only have a few days left.
I'm so excited!
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Yes, no, seriously. We both have, our pre-orders. We're also going to try to hit up Target.
We're not going to try. We are. We're going to be there at 7:45. They are going to open at 8.
Yep.
We're going to wait. You really don't think they're going to let us buy 2 copies?
No.
Why?
With something limited like this, no. They're going to say 1 per customer.
No, they can't.
Yeah, I think they can.
Well, should we just go to the same store? I think would have more.
Potentially, yeah.
They normally have more, but there's probably going to be more Onyx Storm girlies.
Oh, no, there will be. We'll have to
There.
fight a little bit. Be like Black Friday.
Oh, we'll have to bleep that little location out.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say that. Whoopsie. I got to go to bed, y'all. It is 12:27. I'm tired. I got work in the morning. Hey, you know what?
What?
We normally tell them what we're going to do next time. We have no idea.
It's a surprise.
Yeah, it's a surprise. That's what I meant.
No, we've got some ideas. I think it'd be really fun to do some kind of a book trivia.
Yeah.
I have a specific series in my mind, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We're gonna plan out some things, but yeah, no, for sure. We're gonna figure out our technical stuff too.
Yeah.
I don't know, we have 1 microphone right now.
Does anyone want to be our tech guy?
Yeah. You want to be a tech guy?
We need a Freddy.
We do. We need a Freddy.
Oh,
Nah, for real. But no, it'll get better. But yes, if you have not seen our Fourth Wing episode, go check that out. It'll be, we'll link it in the bio if you're on YouTube, or if you're on another platform, then, yeah, just go to like our page or whatever. I don't know how different platforms work, but yeah, just check it out.
We should talk about that though. We're about to be like really official. We're gonna be on like all types of platforms, like Apple podcast thingies and Spotify and Google, I think. And yeah, I think it's gonna be great once we get it, uploaded and stuff. But as for now, you can check our YouTube. You can click. You can. You can like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are really interested, you can click the bell.
Right.
And get our notifications. You can follow our social medias. No point in TikTok, though, because it's about to be shut down.
Gosh, yeah, I'm severely depressed about that one.
I'm really sad, honestly.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to watch Xaden TikToks if I don't have a TikTok app?
I don't know. It's not the same. Other apps are just not the same as TikTok. But we shall see. Yeah. Just like a couple days left.
Yeah.
For that, too.
I guess follow our, Instagram.
Yeah, follow our Instagram. I guess. No, we'll see what happens there. But we'll be posting on our social medias and stuff, and we got a lot of fun stuff planned. And yeah.
Yeah. We hope you stick around.
Please do. Please do. We hope you enjoy it. And leave podcast ideas. If there are things you want us to talk about, leave it in the comments if you're on YouTube, or, I don't know, send us a DM on Instagram, or.
Yeah. Or, send us book suggestions.
Yeah, please do. That'd be cool.
We have quite a few on the TBR.
We do. But we can always use more.
Definitely. Oh, man.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up. But thank you so much for hanging out. We are approaching Onyx Storm. We hope you are as excited as we are. And thanks for vibing with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. We will cover Onyx Storm as soon as we have finished our first and possibly second read.
Yeah, we should probably read it twice.
I think we should get our thoughts right after the first read, though, and then see how much more we pick up on the second.
Yeah.
We could even break that one down. We could do like first 3 chapters, cover that.
Ooh, we could.
Maybe we'll do that. Comment and tell us if that's something you'd be interested in.
Yeah, would you want us to be a little more organized? I can't imagine you would want that.
Oh, man, I'd love to be more organized.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much, and we will see you in the next episode.
Yeah, I totally thought we were going another way, but that's fine. All right, should we say like bye like we did that one time?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, so
bye.
bye.